Welcome to One Chemistry. Always do your best. Now let us see about 100 conversion in organic chemistry. We are seeing it as episode. This is the 27th episode. If you didn't watch previous episode, I encourage you to go and see. Here we solve 5 problems step by step. Stay tuned. Let us see the question number 1. In question number 1, starting metal is 7-member ring with alkene inside, and in the 5th position the methyl with alkyl group is attached there. Here the reagents are N-bromosuccinamide and dichloromethane and potassium tertiary butoxide. Here 4 choices are given. Mostly the position of double bond is different and what happened to OH also in question. Here you have to understand that the reagents involved here is important and if there is any possibility of intra-reaction is there or not. Let us see the answer. The answer is B. You are using N-bromosuccinamide. There is alkene is there, so definitely bromination occurred. It is a kind of epoxidation reaction, so bromine is attached there. So bromination of double bond occurs. Then the bromine is the charged system and OH also inside. Then there is a possibility of intra-attack, kind of SN2 reaction. So the 1O attack the 6th position in the bromine. Why the 6th? The 6th is the better one because it forms 6-member ring. The molecule is symmetrical, both sides the reaction will be same. So 1 attacks 6 to form a 6-member ring. So oxygen is inside which is hetero form. So bromine is there. Then you are using the base. The base abstract the proton and bromine is the good leaving group. Finally alkene will be formed there. Here you have to know why there is an intra-attack. The mainly promoted by 6-member ring formation and it has the perfect geometry. Moreover, the bromine has the strain which is the cyclopropyl kind of system. So the strain, 6-member ring formation, perfect geometry promote the intra-attack, meaning OH attacks the bromine from inside. Then the question number 2. In question number 2, the starting metal is 6-member ring with dimethyl attached on the 4th position and carbonyl in the 1st position. Here reagents are hydrazine with ethyl alcohol and butyllithium 2 equivalents and third is DMF. Here 4 choices are given. Mostly the position of double bond is constant and a new carbon-carbon bond is occurred. So you have to guess the product. Here you have to understand that new CC bond formation is occurring and there is a 2 naming reaction involved there. Let us see the answer. Answer is A. The starting metal contains ketone. You are using the tosylated hydrogen with ethyl alcohol. So it's a Shapiro reaction if you know the reagents and the starting material. Shapiro reaction, the hydrogen attacks on the carbonyl, water eliminates. So you got the hydrogen kind of derivative. Then we are using the base which is a butyllithium. Then there is a proton abstraction and the anion formation. So the anion is formed. Tosylate is a good leaving group. So the charge travels and tosylate leaves. So again we are using the butyllithium. So the proton abstraction occur at the nitrogen. So nitrogen is leaving. Then you are getting again anion. Then the anion attack on the carbonyl in the dimethyl formamide. This is called Bovaldt aldehyde synthesis. Here negative charge attack carbonyl carbon. The negative charge attacks. 2 heteroatoms in the carbon is unstable. So the negative charge travel again and dimethylamine is leaving. Finally you got the aldehyde there after protonation. Here you have to learn 2 things. One is Shapiro reaction. If there is the hydrazine and the carbonyl group, you definitely expect Shapiro elimination. Then if you have DMF and anion, you might accept Bovaldt aldehyde synthesis. So aldehyde is attached with the system. You got the fresh aldehyde group attached. Then the question number 3. Question number 3 is the 8-member conjugated system is the starting material, where cis and trans N bond is there. Here they ask you to guess the catalyst A and B. Here 2 pericyclic reaction occur, first ring closer and second ring closer. Here the choices are heat and light. You have to play between heat and light and find the reaction. You have to understand that this is a pericyclic photochemical reaction. You have to guess the types of rotation there. The answer is B. Let us see how. Here you have to guess from the product. In the first step, product is anti and starting metal contains cis and trans. The product is anti, starting metal cis and trans mean definitely there will be a disrotation. So there is a 4 pi electron. Disrotation mean definitely light. So you have to guess from reverse. Then you have to see second ring opening. Second you have syn product. Both hydrogens are in the syn form. Starting metal contains cis and cis. So cis and cis, syn mean there is a disrotation again. So the 4n plus 2 disrotation mean definitely it is the heat. So you have to guess from the reverse. The below table can help you to understand the reaction much better. So you have to memorize these two tables. The two tables normally contain 4n or 4n plus 2 pi electron or not. You have to guess thermal and light. Similarly, the second table help to find the product. The product is disrotation or conrotation. You have to guess syn or anti. So you have to guess from there and convert it into here. Then the question number 4. The starting metal is the benzene attached with the cyclohexyl system. The reactant is very much complicated. The cyclopropyl ring with hydrogens and COAT above the plane and bromine is there. Then there is in the reagent tin hydrate reagent and AABN. Then they are using toluene and reflection. Here they given the answer. The charges are mostly ring closure and the cyclopropyl ring opening is there. Whenever you see the product, you have to guess what happened from reactant to product. So here ring closure and cyclopropyl ring opening occurred. The answer is D. Let us see how. The starting metal we are using is tertiary butyl tin hydride, which is the radical initiator. This is a free radical reaction. So bromine leaves. The bromine leaves, the radical formation occurs. Then the double bond we rewritten as radical. So the bond is formed from 2 electrons, we written as diradical. So the diradical form the 5-member ring in the next step. So 5-member ring form. Then the newly formed radical has to be quenched. So the ring has very much strain. So cyclopropyl ring also diradical is forming. So the diradical again combined form alkene. So the ring is opened there along with alkene formation. Here driving force is a cyclopropyl strain. The 3-member ring is very strained according to Bayer strain theory. So much strain is there. Then COH with radical is there. The radical then quenched by H dot. So the final product is hydrogenated bond. So the answer is clearly D, which is the benzene attached with 5-member oxygen system and 1 alkene. Here you have to guess that stereochemistry doesn't matter here. If you want, you can write from the product. The answer is definitely D. Here you have to learn two things. Whenever you see tertiary butyl tin hydride, it's a radical reducing agent. So you have to always think of radical reduction. If there is a strain in the system, radical travels and the ring will be opened there. Then the question number 5. Starting metal is 6-member ring system with benzyl group below, OH below and tertiary methyl silyl is above and OH above. All are stereochemically specified. Then you are using the base and THF. Then you are using the MCPPA, which is the paracid. Here they given the selective epoxidation occurs. So you have to guess the product stereochemically. So you have to understand here that epoxide formation is occur. Stereochemistry played the role. The answer is B. Let us see how. Here you have to see that silicon and OH on the same plane. Here internal OH attack on the silyl, which is nucleophilic one, is possible. But there are two OH, OHA and OHB. So OHB is on the same side with silyl system. So the attack is happened. The charge on the silicon is developed. The charge can be quenched by the elimination of silane. So siloxane is eliminated. So SiO bond eliminated with the system and alkene is formed there. Then you are using the paracid. Peroxide normally induce the epoxidation in the alkene. So the epoxidation occur. Here epoxidation occurs same with the OH. So the OH is below the plane. So the epoxide also below the plane. Why? Let us see. Because the OH is the anchoring group. which anchors the parasite. So the parasite is holded by the hydrogen bonding. So the same side attack of parasite is happening in the double bond. So the double bond open in the way that the same side of the epoxide. So the epoxide formation below. So the both hydrogen are come above the plane. So the answer is clearly B. That's all from this episode. I hope it was easy. Thanks for watching. If you have any suggestion, comment below. Stay tuned for next episode.